Hey, what up, gang? We're trying the jelly art style today, and the blending style of the jelly art style is very similar to my style. So I was like, well, what if I do the jelly art style in my style? Like, I guess like cutie patootie, you know, because my style is more muted colors, more like less saturation, not as like pastel, more like green, blue, grayish, if that makes sense. Like, it looks like I'm trying to make a Twilight edit or like a 2002 like online like MySpace video, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it. And this was supposed to be a self-portrait, but it just does not look like me. Like, it looks like I put myself through an AI generated create a sim. Like, here are your NPC features, take them and go. Like, okay, like, alright, not the best sketch. I was really tired and I really wanted to just shell this video out, I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't know how much time I would have to actually draw, so I was rushing, and it was rough. But I didn't understand, like, I had a hard time understanding how they did what they did. Like, I'm not the best digital artist, like, I'm new to that, even though that's literally my job, but I'm new, okay, so it takes me a little bit to catch up to everybody else, okay? And I eventually, I think toward the end, I kind of figured it out. At some point, I had to make my own brush for the hair because I was literally tweaking, guys. I was bugging up a storm, let me tell you. I don't know. It was just, like, it was one of those things where, like, I jumped into it first. I didn't practice or anything. I watched, like, maybe one tutorial and was like, yep, this is good enough for me. And so, like, I just, like, even here, like, I'm going over things, like, I'm realizing things I should have done, and of course, like, you know, guys, I did the beginner mistake. I didn't make any layers, and you know what, I've been so good at, like, using layers and putting literally, like, almost everything on its own layer, that it probably, sorry, I had to take my zipper off. I hope my zip up off. I hope that didn't, like, if you didn't hear that or didn't bother you, but anyway, but I've just been understanding more, I guess. Oh yeah, but I was just, you know, you always have to have one piece of art fuck up every once in a while, you know what I mean? Because then you know that you're good. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope that you guys understand that and I don't sound like I'm crazy. But, I enjoy blending this way. And basically what they did was, I didn't realize that they were putting down color, airbrushing it, and then, like, putting it down into the layer. Or I don't know if that's, like, the main way to do it, or, like, the way that everybody's been doing it. But, I mean, it just makes so much sense to put it down, blend it out on top, and then, so it looks good, and then merging it down so you can, like, blend it actually into each other. Like, I was just like, oh, that makes sense, yeah. So, like, and I really do enjoy using the airbrush and going over the colors and, like, mixing them instead of, like, using, like, that blur thing or whatever. Like, I wish that blur was just, like, a blend tool, because it would be so much, like, so much more helpful. Like, I think IBS has a fucking blend tool. Like, be for real. You know what I mean? Like, but that's just me. That's just my moment. Just continuing what I was saying, the skin part, like, once I figured out that they were literally just blending specifically, like, almost the way that I do, I was like, oh, like, I'm making this difficult for no reason. And, like, I started to, like, feel a little better, and you can see that it got better. But it started a little rough, and maybe I should, like, do another piece and try better and not rush it. But, oh yeah, and here's me making that brush, because the hair was just not hairing, and I, like, so, yeah, like, so boom. I've never really made my own brush before, either, so I was like, don't think that I'm trying to tell you that I'm really good at it, because I'm not. And, like, I think the hair was giving me problems because it's curly hair, and I didn't see a lot of jelly art style, like, pictures with curly hair, so it was just really hard to figure out how I wanted to texture that on, because I really didn't want to pay attention to the hair. I wanted it to be more on the face and the little icons and stuff around it, because, like, I feel like it's the accessories and, like, the glass skin, I feel like is, like, the most important part of the jelly art style or whatever, if that makes sense. And I think it turned out okay. Obviously, like, my hair isn't, like, black and purple anymore, which is sad. I'll have to redo it. Oh. But then I started, like, really focusing on, like, the piercings and the accessories and just, like, the little lines to, like, really accentuate the, like, depth. I think I did well on the lip. Like, I think I nailed the lips for this style. I think the eyes, I know they're supposed to be big, but I think they're just a little too big, especially, like, just, like, for, like, my style. Like, I have a long neck, long faces. I do have big eyes, but they're, like, proportioned nicer, I guess. But I don't know. The big eye community stylists, big eye raw. But yeah, like I said, I think that I nailed the lips. I think the nose, I think a lot of the details got lost in the blending, and I think if I could have brought that out a little bit better, it would have been good. Like, I could have blended underneath where I did that dark brown, like, line, and probably would have had it come out a little better. And the eyes, I think they were good. I think that I could have added a little bit more dimension or, like, shape to them. Like, I feel like they're kind of flat too. Overall, I feel like this piece is flat, and that's my biggest regret. I need to, like, I don't know, get in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the big things I see right off the bat, personally. I don't know if you guys... Also, there's no eyelashes because I don't draw eyelashes. That's my stylistic choice, because every time I draw them, they're shit. So I think it's just, like, unless they're, like, super, super, like, extra, then I'm really good at them. But if they're just normal eyelashes, I'm bad at them. So because I'm bad at them, I don't draw them. And because I don't draw them, it's a stylistic choice. And that's how I got my art style, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to my TED Speaks. And yeah, so the piercings could have been blended out a little nicer. I think I just left them rough, which it doesn't matter. Like, they don't have to be realistic. Like, I feel like it would be a little out of place. He doesn't look like me completely. His face is a little too square. See what I mean? Like, it's just goofy. I'm gonna have to take the L on that one. Yeah. It's okay. I've been trying to do more portraits. Yeah, self-portrait. I don't know. Self-pictures, self-paintings, self-portraits, because I don't have a lot of them. And, like, I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, like, it might, I think I don't draw them a lot because, sorry guys, I have, like, BPD, so, like, it's, like, a personality disorder, so, like, it's really hard to, like, for myself, see what I look like, and also, like, having paranoid schizophrenia doesn't really help either, because it's like, oh, is that really me? Is it really me? You know, like, Loathe, Is It Really You? That song is so good. But, like, stuff like that, I think it's hard for me to do. But it's, like, so interesting to see how, like, unconsciously, how you think. Because, like, obviously, when I was drawing this photo, I was like, yeah, this looks exactly like me. And then I compared it to what I actually look like, and I was like, oh, this is not me. Like, I think it's interesting to see the way you view yourself. Because no matter how much you try to make a picture of yourself realistic, if you're letting yourself go and, like, creating what you want, it's obviously going to shape in certain ways that unconsciously, like, you're doing. So I think that's a lot of, like, here's an art tip. If you're drawing something realistic and it doesn't look good, step away. Just step the fuck away. Because you've been looking at it for so long, your mind's just molding them together. Like, you need that break, that separation. Because then you can come back and be like, oh, I get it. Or flip both things. You know what I mean? Like, the reference photo and the actual photo, because sometimes that helps too. So just remember that sometimes you're drawing bad because you're telling yourself to draw bad, if that makes sense. So sometimes you just gotta take a minute, man. You gotta take a minute and not do that. I really don't remember really why this art style was canceled. I think it was mainly because of, like, the Pinterest girl vibe it gave, because, you know, like, when, like, 2014 to 2016, like, all over, and even now still, it was just, like, those pretty, like, I don't know if it was Ross Draws, or, but, you know, like, pretty Pinterest girls from, like, Drawing with Jazza, or, like, I don't, like, a lot of the big creators that I can't even, like, even, like, the, you know, you'll see it, and it's, like, those, realism, like, colored pencil, gouache, like, thing, you know, like that. And so I think it was just because, like, it had that energy to it, but I think the creator of that art style was also an asshole. But I really don't know. But, it's like, I mean, this is the way I shade and render, so it's cool. The way, I don't know, like, the way everything else is done, I don't know. Like, the way it's, like, overtly rendered is, like, kind of crazy. I like it when it's smoother and soft and, like, realistic illustration. I mean, I'm probably just talking to my ass right now, but, yeah, don't make fun of anybody's art style just because you don't like it, and don't be rude about their art style if there's things about that you don't like, period. And before you say this person's copied this person, do some background check, because that might not be true. And you don't want to be caught down bad. So don't be caught down bad, don't be an asshole. And I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed the art piece, and don't forget to go check out Instagram where this is, to go show it some love. And if you draw something with me while watching this video, make sure to tag me in what you draw so I can see what's up. Alright, thanks for watching the vid, guys. Here is the rest of this. Oh yeah, my Apple Pencil literally gave out, and I had to use my fingers for the final parts of this. It was so annoying. Alright, catch you on the flip-flop.